Watch out, Abby. Okay, so I went up to Menards and bought some Pro Mix, and it is the value size 2 cubic feet. It was $19.99, and it was at Menards, and once you send in the rebate, then it comes to like $17.96 a bag. And everywhere else I have looked, they are charging over $30 to over $50 a bag. So if you have a Menards around you, it's a good place. So anyhow, I already put 2 bags in. Hopefully it won't take all the 8 bags, but hey, Abby, move. Watch out. And it's like 81 degrees here. So don't mind me, I'm in my shorts, summer attire. I know, Abby, you got water over there. And I was going to say, I hope this is my last trip for dirt, but soil, I don't think it will be. Anyhow. Ciao. Okay, so far that took 3 bags, but I already had some soil in there from the other beds. And still have to fill up this other bed. Okay, I'm on bag number 8. So it looks like I'll probably have to make another trip. Today it went up into the 80s. So I made 2 trips up to Menards to get the final soil to finish filling up my raised beds that I did. And they were 3 foot by 6 foot, 2 back ones. The front one is 3 foot by 5 foot, 2. And the Pro Mix, even though I put some wood, some cuttings, different things around the yard, I put on the bottom of the beds. It still took me, I think it was like 8 or 9 bags to fill both of the two 6x3s. No, I'm going to take that back. Probably 10 bags. Anyhow, I had to do 2 trips, and actually I got 1, 2, 3, so I had 10, 16 bags. Okay, so it took 13 bags, actually. But anyhow, I want to go ahead and start my peas. I haven't done that yet. But here is that 911 stuff I was talking about. And I'm not being promoted or anything from My Gardener, but I bought this just to have on hand. And this is where it's 9% nitrogen, 1% phosphate, and 1% potash. And I went ahead and I did water my bunching onions, and it was for this, it says 3 to 4 tablespoons per gallon. So I went ahead and did that. I still might have to move them, but today I didn't have a chance to. And the other thing is, here are the sweet pea that I'm going to go ahead and I want to plant that on one of my front 3 arches, probably the middle one. And this one you have to soak it overnight. So I'm going to do that and then put these in tomorrow. But right now I have a sugar snap pea. This was from Baker's Creek. And typically you would plant these 4 to 6 weeks prior to your last frost. Right now I'm about 2 weeks prior to, actually maybe a week and a half. So I want to get these in right now because they are a cooler weather crop. So you can plant the peas early spring or later for a fall harvest. So I'm going to do both of them. And I also got this, it's called Lillian's Caseload Garden Peas. There was good reviews on both of them. So this is another one, they say 4 to 6 weeks, so I'm running a little late, but hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, so when you plant these, you just want to go, it's real easy, just about 2 inches apart. So these are the sugar snap. And I'm going to do this with my, this trellis here. So I'll go ahead and move you over here so you can see. Okay, so I'm just going to place them about 2 inches apart, and then I'm going to push them down. And some people actually start these early. I mean, like indoors under the grow lights. And with everything I had going, I did not get that done. But these will climb, so you do want to have some kind of support for them. And just put in there about 2 inches apart. And you know what, some I might actually put a couple extra, just in case some don't germinate. And then you're going to push down, it's a thicker seed, so you're going to push it down about 1 inch. Oop. Okay, so that is the sugar snap. And then just cover them up. And then I am going to go ahead and water these in really good. And now I have the other trellis on the other side, so I'm going to do the sweet peas over there, but I'm not the sweet pea, the garden pea. So exactly the same way that I did this. And once these are, you know, done for the season, I'm going to go ahead and once they're spent and done, I'll take these down. And the one tomato, I was trying to think of the name the last time when I was talking about the trellis, was the climbing triple L crop tomato, which it grows up to 15 feet. So that's what I plan on putting on this trellis. And I'm just leaving this empty over here because that's where that tomato is going to go, is right here. But these will probably be done maybe before that goes in. And then you just cover it up. And it's really just that simple. You know, to make sure you get the germination, you could start them indoors. But the roots are very tender, I guess, when you go to transplant them. So, you know, just be aware of that. You don't want to disrupt the roots too much. Okay, so that's that. And this one I'm going to be taking in, and I will be soaking these overnight. And I'm going to put this on a different trellis. Okay, so now I'm just going to water it in really good. And then I'm going to water the other side. Okay, so I have that side done, and I'm going to go ahead and get a marker for that too. And those were the snap peas. And then on this side I did the regular peas. And there are the other two raised beds that are full. That makes me so happy. Happy. And then here is the Pro Mix that I can't remember if I mentioned it to you, but anyhow, Menards has this Pro Mix, and I have used this for a couple years now in my raised beds, and it's really good. But at Menards, at least the one in Northeast Ohio, you can go online and check out the price to see if it's the same, but it's $19.99, and then I want to say it's a $2 rebate, something like that. But the rebate, it's not cash back to you. The rebate is actually a store credit. But you still have to go through the whole thing that you normally do, send in the receipt with a rebate form, and then they will mail you a card, and you can go in, and it's like cash, but only for Menards. So that's how they're doing that. So I guess it's, I don't know if it's Pro Mix doing it or just Menards. It must be Menards. But anyhow, so wanted to share that with you. And so I finally got my peas in. Today was like 80 some degrees. I don't know, at times when I was going back and forth to get the soil, it was saying like 87. I was like, dang. Right now it's probably about 80. Tonight it's going down to the 60s. So all my plants are staying out. And then tomorrow it's going into the 70s. And I gotta see what tomorrow night's temperatures are gonna be. I keep forgetting, but oh well. All right, so these are done. So the next thing on the agenda is my other beds. So I'll take you over there real quick. Okay, so this is the other bed. where I'm taking those strawberries from. I still have two more to do. But I'm going to go ahead and dig up a lot of the soil. And then also at Menards, I got their premium, well, it's a really good Gardenscape topsoil. So I'm going to be working that into the soil and getting it ready for flowers and different things that I want to plant here. And then I also got some sweet pea, so I'll be using that as a mulch. And I'm going to be doing the same along my house. Okay, here are some of the seed starts that I did get going. So I have kohlrabi, the white and the purple. I have the Tulsa basil. It's the holy basil. Genovese basil. Early purple kohlrabi. Detroit red beet. The rainbow Swiss chard. There's a dwarf Siberian kale. There's a lettuce leaf basil. And so I started these. And, you know, and as far as the peppers go, I didn't get to them today. It's like there's a lot of stuff going on. And one thing I wanted to share with you guys, you know, I've done plant sales in the past, but never to this extent. And I mean, a lot of things that I did differently this year was with the raised beds. And that is because I had the wooden ones that were off the ground, and every year we had to keep fixing them. And so the pine that I put in the one raised bed to take up some room, that was just falling apart. And we finally just didn't want to fix those anymore. But there were still 5 good ones, so that's what I was saying before. My son's getting 3, I'm keeping 2. So tomorrow I still have to fill 2 of those beds up for my green beans. But I don't know if I would go to the extent of planting 800 tomatoes again. And I mean, I enjoy it totally, but I don't know, I'll have to see what happens next year. The only thing that concerns me about growing that many, if I had a bigger greenhouse, it would be so much easier, because then I know I have a place to put them when we have those cold snaps, without, you know, putting them in those portable ones. I mean, it can be stressful, and gardening should not be stressful. And I don't know, maybe I just make the stress on my own. But anyhow, the peppers, I didn't get to those, so I will have to up-pot those. And then this bed I want to work on tomorrow. Oh, and I got those 2 raised beds back there that I still want to move. And the reason why I'm moving it, it's under the eave, and it never gets watered when it rains. So I don't want to leave it there. And this bed I want to clean out, and that's where I got that topsoil from Menards. And there was a rebate on that, like 35 cents or something. So this hopefully will get done tomorrow. Plus starting some other seeds. I want to start the squash, cucumbers, the pumpkin, and there was flowers that I wanted to do for the plant sale, which I have not started any yet, well, except what I'm doing for myself. So that might just be just for myself. And I do want to start planting the seeds for sunflowers. I want to get those in. So anyhow, and then I got to take care of my front yard. I spend most of my time in the backyard, but for the neighbors' sakes, I do have 2 hydrangea trees in the front that I do have to trim off. So that's another thing I have to do, and I just have to spend a day up front. So that's what I did today. Mainly, you know, just 2 trips to Menards, and it's about maybe 20-25 minute drive one way. I got there early on the second one and it wasn't ready yet, so I had to sit there and wait. And then when I left, it was rush hour, and rush hour around here is pretty backed up. So but we're getting there, right? Pretty soon we'll just relax and enjoy the garden, and that's when we'll get into harvesting and canning. Abby, that's enough. You be a good girl. So, all right, I'm gonna let you guys go, and thanks for joining me, and I will talk to you all on the next one. All right, bye.